Good day, students. Welcome back to our chemistry class. In today's class, we are going to continue on our titration. So today is going to be the practical application of our titration. But before we venture properly into this practical, if you are a new member on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. When you click the bell, just make sure you click the personalized so that you can be seeing my subsequent content or videos. Now, the first thing we have to look at in titration is the major instrument we use for titration. We discussed about the burette in our last class. So this is a burette. So a burette ranges from 0.00 centimeter cube to 50.0 centimeter cube. Then we have a pipette. So this is a pipette. A pipette is always in two forms. Either it is 20 centimeter cube or it is 25 centimeter cube. You can see this one is 25 mil. So 25 mil, that is 25 centimeter cube. So this pipette is used to take our base, while the burette will take our acid. Now, what's the first step in titration? The first step is to rinse both the pipette and the burette with water. So I've soaked this with water, then I have to rinse it. Rinsing it like this, it means I want to neutralize anything that is in there. Then I pour it off from the jets, from this tip. After doing this, I will then take this, using this pipette, I will take my chemical to be used in it. And the chemical to be used in it is a base. This is my solution B. So you will not be told anything that is there. But when it is written B, it means your base. When it's on examination, it might be X or Y, but you'll be told. You'll be told that this is the base. Okay, they're going to take about 5 cm cube of the base. After taking it, you rinse it with it. So now I've rinsed it with the solution to be contained, which is the base. Then likewise, I'm going to put the acid here so that I'm going to rinse it with the acid to contain. So I can use my funnel. Then you continue to rinse it by turning it. As you are turning it, the acid is touching the parts. It's touching the parts, but don't pour it off from the top. Just make sure it touches everywhere to neutralize any solution that is there before and the water that is there. Then I have to turn it down. Now after this, now I want to start my titration now. I'm going to refill this my burettes with my acid. Now let us look at this. I want to look at what is the number that is there. You are reading the lower meniscus and not the upper meniscus. So this is 0 at the top here. So we continue to read it 0.1, 0.2, and so on like that till we get to 1. So between 0 and this one, we have about 10 lines. So which means that the smaller lines are 0.1. So here now I'm having 0.8. You read the lower meniscus, 0.8. But if I want to put it on my reading, it's going to be to 2 decimal places. So you clamp it, And when you are clamping, make sure you clamp it gently. Don't break it. So I've clamped this. Now my initial reading here, which is under my rough tighter, 0.00. After this, I'm going to pipette suck my base to the point of 25. When you are sucking your base, make sure that the tip here enter the solution and you don't allow bubbles to form. So you use the tip of your finger to close it. When you close it, the solution here is above the 25. This is 25 centimeter cube. This is above. So you release your fingertip a little bit. So you can see it's going down. Now this is my 25, my lower meniscus. Now the next thing is you take your conical flask and release it there. So you don't blow the remaining one. Use it to touch the down part like this. As you are touching it with it, the remaining liquid at the jet is coming out. After that, you put it down. The next step is you add your indicator to this one. And the indicator we are using today is our methyl orange. You add 2 or 3 drops. So in this case, I am using 3 drops. After adding it, you shake it. Now looking at this color, like a golden yellow or a yellow color, then put it here. I want to be titrating it. Use one of your finger or your hand to hold it, the tap, and the other hand to be shaking it gradually. As you are shaking it, you will be looking at the solution to look at the color change. We want the sharp color change. That sharp color change is called the endpoint. So let us start. When you are titrating, you don't rush it. You do it gradually. So this is the endpoints. You can see it has changed to pink color. So this part, neutralization has taken place here. That is the end point or neutralization point, or what we call the end points. Okay. What is now the value at this point? We have to read the value. To avoid reflection, when you look at the value, this is 11 here. So you have to read downward and read the lower meniscus. This is 11.4. So you read the lower meniscus, 11.4. 11.40. Now, this one can also be my initial here, 11.40. Now, I want to do the first titration now. I will clamp it back. So you pour off this and rinse it with water. For the first titration here, that's the second practical, we don't need to refill the acid because we still have a lot. Out of 50, we're just taking 11.40. Now let us pipette per base. Then you release it gradually to get to the match. So this is 25. You drop it here in the conical flask. Now don't forget, the next step is to put our indicator. We use 3 drops, if you don't forget. So 3 drops of the indicator. Shake it, then we titrate. So as it has changed to pink color, so this is the endpoint or the equivalent points. Let us now read the level of our acid. So when we read it, we're having 21.2. 21.2. So we write 21.20. Also, I want to use that 21.20 as my initial here. 21.20. I want to look at to not titrates. So don't forget, you pour it off and rinse it with water. Then with pipettes. Then you release it into your conical flask. The next one is to add your indicator, 3 drops. Shake it and start your titration. When you are doing the titration, you make sure that the acid does not drop by the side of the conical flask. Make sure it's dropping directly into the solution. That's this. And you continue swirling it like this. So the color change to a sharp pink. So when you're doing the practical, make sure it's not giving you deep pink, sharp pink. That is just the end point. So let's look at our value here. So when we look at the value here, the final value is 31.9. So that is the second title value or titration. That is the third titration now, 31.9. So we have to take away initial reading from the final reading. So when you take away this 11.40 minus 0.90, so we have 10.50. Then we take away this one, we have 9.80. Why did we have 10.70? Now the next thing to do is to now look at which one are we going to use for our average volume of acid used. This one, the one you are going to take for your average, the difference between them must not be more than 0.20. 0.20. If you get 0.30 as the difference between them, it will be marked, but you are going to lose one mark. So when we look at this, the difference between 10.50 and 9.80. So you take your calculator, 10.5 minus 9.8. The difference between this one is 0.7. What of 9.8 and 10.7? So press that 10.7 first, minus 9.8. The difference between them is 0.9. Okay, let me do 10.5 and 0.7. 10.7 rather, minus 10.5. The difference between them is 0.2. Meaning this and the rough titer and the second titer, they are best to use. So we now see average volume of acid used is equals to 10.50 plus 10.70 divided by 1, 2. So you sum it up, 21.20 divided by 2. So when you now divide, we have 10.60, then centimeter cube. So this is the average volume of acid used. So this is our VA to be used. So this is the end of our titration class. So for you to titrate, this is the step you are going to take during your titration. So I remain your tutor in mathematics and chemistry. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell for my subsequent content. Until we meet in the next class. Thank you very much.